Buenos dias, buenos dias, ¿cómo está? ¿Cómo está? Muy bien, gracias, muy bien, gracias. ¿Y usted? ¿Y usted? I'm gonna go ahead and get these 50 jumping jacks out the way. I'm actually feeling a little down. Been feeling a little down. Um, Disappointment is what I really wanted, the word I really want to use. But anyway, enough of that. And just a little, just a little thought, y'all. Um, I'll get back to it. Let me do my 25. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I decided to do it inside today because Joshua Gabrielle first. Because it's raining and it's supposed to rain all this week, y'all. As much as I love the rain all week, start to get you a little down or whatever, because it was raining yesterday too for Mother's Day, and I really wanted to create my mother a nice little chill spot area outside. We were able to like pretty much start it off, but we couldn't do much. So hopefully I can get that done soon, because I was hoping that I can get it done and by the time she come back from church it would be there, and I wanted her to be able to pull up and see her chill spot, but nothing panned out the way I wanted it to. So that's that. Today I just really kind of wanted to touch on the topic of the spirits that are roaming the world right now. A lot of people may not believe in certain things or whatever, but take it from me, I used to study and I used to participate in certain things. So I know certain things that's going on are spells and rituals. So right now, um, the main thing that's being pushed out is separation. Separation and mean spirits, mean-hearted spirits, where you don't care about anybody but yourself. Nowadays, they call everybody a narcissist. Everybody's a narcissist. 9 times out of 10, if somebody's always calling everybody's a narcissist, they're probably the narcissist. Toxic. People are throwing it out. Y'all stop listening to these social media gurus that are diagnosing everybody. I went across, so it was Mother's Day, yes, was it yesterday? There was so many videos with people encouraging people to go no contact with their mothers. Don't forgive your mothers. Walk away from your mothers. And I was like, why would you push this type of content out here? Because some young people who haven't went through anything, they study this content and they see that you're receiving attention and they hold on to it. Hello, hello. I'm gonna welcome you in the room anyway because I need to watch hours. Okay, so for my moderators, if y'all see anybody going wild in the chat or whatever, just let them ride it out because I need to watch hours. So whatever, they can spam all they want to. whatever. But I just wanted to talk briefly about that. It's there are spirits roaming the earth right now, and I was able to catch a glimpse of some of the things that's being pushed out. A lot of things that's being pushed out is separation, being mean-hearted, and a lot of people are not gonna like for me to say that. That's why I got my head covered today. Um, Jezebel spirit. Jezebel spirit is running deep. And it's not just women that can be Jezebel, it's men as well. And I know y'all don't want to hear me talk spirituality and everything, but a lot of people are saying, I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen. You probably were called. You probably were called, but few are chosen. Y'all stop listening to these online gurus that's causing conflict and causing grief and misery in y'all lives and coaching you into doing things in your life that just because they have something harboring inside of them. Y'all, later on, I'm going to do a live today about destiny swapping. Destiny swapping is very real. I used to watch people do it. People used to teach me how to do it, and I just never wanted to do it because I don't want other people's lives. Destiny swapping is real. Stay tuned. I will be doing a live later today about that. But I wanted to let y'all know I noticed it. I felt it. I used to do tarot cards and all of that, and I was delivered from it. But y'all, please stay prayed up, because there are things being pushed out right now, and it's certain people doing content where they're helping to push certain things out right now, and all it's doing is they are putting their hurt out onto others, and they're causing these people to feel like, yeah, me too, even if that's not their story. That's not. Y'all stop listening to these people who got y'all calling everybody a narcissist, got y'all calling everybody toxic, got you calling everybody all these names in the book, got you separating yourselves from the people that'll go out and do for you. Y'all better chill with that, because I'm telling you, it's real out there. It's real out there. The spiritual realm is real. It's real. I've never in my life seen so many bad comments about mothers on Mother's Day. I watch grown men do hour-long videos where they are bashing single mothers on Mother's Day. What? If you don't like your mom, okay, cool, fine, whatever. But you don't have to bash everybody. You don't have to try to like convince other people to bash their mothers. Or I saw another video where they said, never forgive your mother. Now, I understand some situations can cause for that. I understand that. But what would make you put out content like that where you're saying don't forgive your mothers? That right there should tell you alone that that person is not in the word. That's not what the word says. That's not what the word says at all. And it's not even just for mothers. What did he say? 7 times 70 is how many times you're supposed to forget? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 50 jumping jacks down. Y'all gotta understand, when I say the spiritual realm is real, I have actually witnessed people start an altar and put certain people on that altar who they didn't like just because they didn't agree with something they did. I have watched people do that to me. Well, I didn't watch them do the altar, but I have found out that I was on somebody's altar. They was willing to sacrifice me. They tried to sacrifice me in exchange for riches and fame. I have had people try to energy swap with me, destiny swap with me. It's so sad. But the thing is, it's so many people that don't believe in it. They'll say they don't believe in it until they feel like they can benefit from it. So it's not the fact that they don't believe in it. They just don't believe in it to certain points. But let me tell y'all something. When you mess with a child of God, and when I tell y'all I've been hearing from the Most High since I was a child, since I was a little girl, and that's what made me feel like later on in life when I was a teenager, the enemy tried to attack me because I felt like since I had a gift of vision, I needed tarot cards to help me. I needed to tap in to that gift. That was nothing but the enemy trying to confuse me. Confusion is not of the Most High. And when I tell y'all that I caught all kind of hell, I hate to use that word, but y'all know what I'm saying. When I tried to turn against what had been put into me as a child, I remember when I was 6 years old, I told my dad I wanted to be baptized. I need to be baptized. And he was looking at me like, where this come from? Where this come from? And I told him, I said, Dad, I had a dream last night where a voice kept telling me, you must be baptized. You must be baptized because, and it told me, the voice was telling me, you're going to have a hard life. You have to be baptized because you're different. You're different. You have to be baptized. My daddy said, call your grandmama, his mama. So I called my grandmama. I told her what my dream was. Told her everything from beginning to end. She said, you remember that dream like that, baby? I said, yes, I do. She said, what else have you heard this voice say to you? I said, well, one time when I was in your backyard, this voice told me that I have to protect my cousin. My cousin was just playing off in the distance or whatever. This same voice told me, protect him. Protect him. How about that same cousin ended up being a pastor? He was chosen. I was told at a young age he was gonna have a voice. So I'm saying that to say this. I may not do everything the way other people want me to do it, but I'm always gonna follow what the Most High put in me. When I tell y'all I'm a child of the Most High and I got sidetracked, I got debunked, because I got twisted all, turned all around because I was feeling like it's no way he'll give me this gift where I can hear his voice, talk to him, and be understanding, and I have so much trouble in my life. So I felt like I needed to go through other means. I felt like I had to do certain things. And now that I've been through all of that, rededicated my life to Christ and everything. When I rededicated my life to Christ, everybody knew I was real when I took my tongue ring out. I used to have piercings everywhere. When I took that tongue ring out, and I was like, something is telling me that this is something else. Now, I'm not speaking on nobody who have any piercings, but the voice that was speaking to me was telling me I was not supposed to be doing that. I was not supposed to be putting holes all over me. Again, this voice was always telling me, you're different. You're different. This is not you. You're different. So I did that, rededicated my life to Christ and everything. I stopped doing the tarot. I stopped going to seances. Yes, I was doing all that. Stopped going to ancestral readings. I stopped doing all of that. Okay, so then later on in life, as soon as I got a little hiccup, as soon as I got a little problem happened in my life, I went straight back to it. Straight back to it. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I be speaking to y'all from experience. Stop bashing parents. Stop bashing people who doing. I got praying couple cooking series in here, and it hurt me to my heart one day when she was crying out. Miss Bling was crying out to us and saying, "Y'all, when I'm giving to the homeless, when I'm giving to the needy, I'm not bragging, I'm not boasting. I'm doing what has been laid on my heart. I'm doing what the Spirit has told me to do." I felt her in that. I felt that. Me personally, I don't say anything when I give, but if what they're doing is promoting for other people to want to do, then that means that's the most high in that whole situation, because that means now it's not just the praying couple handing out to the homeless or giving to people that's in need or giving to people that just lost their job. Now it has placed in other people's hearts, hey, I want to help out too. So if I can't get out there and help, now I know I can give to the praying couple cooking series, and I know that they're going to be able to get it where it needs to go, get it to somebody who need it. You never know how the Most High is working in somebody. Y'all, I have people that's upset with me because I always use the term the Most High. That's because I found my bloodline. I am an Israelite. There, I said it. I'm an Israelite. A lot of people don't like Israelites because some people have given us a bad name. They stand out on the corners and they yell at people. They tell people they condemn to hell. They tell people of different races that they are not the chosen and all that. That's not me. That's not me. I am who I am, and I've learned my lesson, because every time I turn away from the word, every time I turn away from God, he tugs me and let me know, hey, this is not you. This is not you. I still cover my head because I know what's out there. I know how people will try to. I only cover my head in certain situations. When I know that I'm deep in prayer, deep in thought, pre-retirement days, she came on earlier and she asked us for prayer. The first thing I did was wrap my head, because I'm about to go in full on prayer for my sister. And I don't care what nobody say. If somebody asks me to pray, I don't pray for public. I don't pray for praise or whatever. Because that's just me. That's just me. But some people have it in them where they can do that. They have that in them. You don't know what's in different people. But I tell you one thing, with the way the world is going now, y'all better hold on tight to the word. Y'all better hold on tight to it, because we living in a day and time where evil is being rewarded. Mean-hearted is being rewarded. People who do wrong, they are being treated as if like they're being coddled and babied and told that what they did is right, or they're being told, well, they're being given all kind of excuses. Well, that's okay. You felt a little bad, didn't you? So you went off and took out your whole family. What in the world? That's the world we're living in. And I saw it coming up a little bit when I was growing up. And I think I said this once before in a video. I used to notice how the kids who was bad and like they were like the ones that were the bullies, they would always be the ones to get the free food, the gifts. The mentors would come up there and mentor them and everything. They were getting celebrities coming up there to talk to them and befriend them and everything. And I'm looking at it like, wait a minute. So if I show my behind, and if I come up here and raise sin, then you mean to tell me I can get free snacks? You mean to tell me I could stay after school and help out in the gym and play around in the gym and stuff if I show my tail, if I show my behind? But the good kids are being shrugged off, or the teacher is ignoring the good kid, the quiet kid. The quiet kid raised their hand and the teacher ignores them. The bad kid jumping around, causing all kind of havoc in the class, and the teacher is just constantly on that student, giving to that student, loving on that student. Well, they may not have it at home, or they may need this, or they may need it. All the children in there need it. That's the world we living in now. Well, all you got to do is show your tail and you get it. I'm going to use YouTube as an example. I had to jump around and dance just to get people to hear me when I said leukemia is real and it's sneaking up on people. You got some people passing in their sleep and not even knowing they had leukemia till they cut them open. I had to jump around and dance to get y'all attention. I had somebody tell me you'll get more watch hours if you do a long live and wear a cute little workout outfit. I got some workout outfits. The thing is, I don't like the top. Y'all know me. I show y'all exactly what I'm talking about. Don't get me twisted now. I got some workout outfits. Pants, cute. Top, a little questionable when I put it on, because all this showing. All this, everything. Pants, cute. Top, I can't even figure out how to do it because it's okay. Top, what? But they had a point though. They was trying to help me out. They was trying to help me get watch outs. Because they did say in their comment, like, I really hate to see that you're not as big of a YouTuber as you should be. Because they said they enjoy my content. So if you're watching, I appreciate you. But I had to delete the whole comment because I didn't want young people to see that comment and say, yeah, that's all I got to do is just dress in a cute little tight little skimpy outfit and dance around for an hour and I get my watch hours. I didn't want anybody to think that. So I deleted the whole thing. But I get what you're saying. Nowadays, when YouTube was hot, when I was doing the natural hair, I used to do the natural hair thing on YouTube. YouTube used to be used as a learning tool or a motivational tool. Now I have found out that people can get on here and dance with the leg all up. Now don't get me wrong, now I can do it. I'm from the South. I'm from Georgia. So all these little moves I can do. If y'all notice, even when I do my little drops, sometimes I have to put my hand in front of me because sometimes it get a little too rungy. But I be trying to do like a trendy sound or whatever. Baby, I'm from Georgia, home of the Freaknik. I could do a whole lot of that stuff. I just choose because, like I said, the Most High will tug me. This ain't you. This ain't you. But I think it's very funny how I had to dance around to finally get people to start coming in and noticing me just so I could say, hey y'all, I was a very healthy person, fit and doing good, and I got leukemia. And even then, some people blamed it on the way I was eating, not realizing I started eating crazy once I had leukemia. I had to jump around and dance in my kitchen to get y'all attention. And do y'all know how that feel when your bones are hurting, your hips are hurting, and you gotta dance around and you gotta put on a show to actually get the word out there? Child, after the video, I'm like this. I'm I'm in the bed, I'm laying down, I'm done, I'm tired. But I was trying to get the word out there because I wasn't fighting leukemia just for me. See, what a lot of people don't know is I've watched this thing around me. I had two people in my life lay down their sword from leukemia, and then it attacked me. So I was fighting this thing for Miss Sarah and I was fighting this thing for Nina. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I met the most beautiful young little red-headed girl in the hospital, in Children's Hospital, when my son was fighting his brain tumor, and her name was Nina. She was an artist. She was nice. She was kind. She was loving. She was beautiful. She was just a ray of sunshine. Every time I hear that song, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, with the ukulele, I think of Nina. She loved that song. They even played it at her going away service. Y'all, it hurts me that some people have to get on YouTube and sell their soul so that they can get views. It hurts me because YouTube used to be a place you can go to where if you got something, if you bought something and you didn't know how to put it together, you could put that the name of that object in YouTube, and it'll talk whoever it is who already went through it, who already bought it, who already done it. They would show you step by step how to put it together, how to do it. YouTube used to be a place where if you got a new short haircut and you don't know how to really style it, you can go on YouTube and put in how to style a short hairdo, and you can find somebody that you like, and you can learn how to style your hair. You can find some. It used to be where if you did get diagnosed with leukemia or anything, you can get on YouTube, diagnosed with leukemia, and you would see somebody talking about their experience. Now, this world is so caught up that the person that's trying to tell you, hey y'all, I exercised every day. I was fit and healthy. I ate good. I was not big on eating candy and stuff. That was not me. I used to wear braces as a kid. So after wearing braces for 2 years and being told you can't drink sugary drinks and eat candy, trust me, I didn't eat a lot of candy. I wanted to just tell my story to let people know you can think you're fit, you can think you're healthy all day long. Get your blood tested because leukemia is real. Grow joyfully. Hello, hello. Y'all, I'm just an old country girl that wanted to let people know that sometimes leukemia is so sneaky that it can be in your body and for years and you not have not one clue. That's why I kept talking about my symptoms, about me feeling tired all the time, but people always pushing me to go, 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 go. That's the way I was raised. And I told my mom one day, I said, I'm tired of being that strong black woman. I don't want to be called the strong woman no more, because while I'm being called the strong woman, the whole time my body was being beat down, and I kept saying I'm tired, but nobody cared. Nobody cared about me being tired. Nobody cared about my bones hurting. So I just wanted to get the word out there. Hey, if your bones are hurting, if you're bruising, if you're getting tired easily, and it's really getting to the point where you can hardly do your daily activities, go get your full blood panel. Go get it. Nobody was listening to me until I started joking around and dancing around, and every once in a while I would have to pop something up on the screen. That's the world we're living in now. You can't just like pre-retirement days. She said it in one of her things. She was like, "Why do y'all just watch some of the video and then scroll away?" She said, "Is that what y'all do with God? Is that y'all just use him for a quick minute when you need something and then just scroll away?" I could completely relate to what she was saying. Why are we living in a world where when somebody's offering, like, okay, we got Grow Joyfully in the room. Grow Joyfully offers us a beautiful scenery, great narrating. She's so peaceful and calm when she's going out to her garden and she's telling you what she's doing in her greenhouse. She should have way more views than what she have. But I tell you one thing, if something crazy happened, or if she did something that was just totally against the Most High, she would have the most views. I tell you that. Praying Couple Cooking Series mentioned it when she was saying like, "Hey y'all, I need y'all to, Miss Bling was like, I need y'all to watch the videos. What, get the views up. Help out." This is a couple that's praying for people, giving to the sick, giving to the homeless. They're bringing families. I remember one time, that was a long time ago. I remember one time they brought a whole family into their home to give them some food and to help that grandmother out who had all her grandchildren. And I was watching that in awe. I was amazed. But I guarantee you, if this family was to get on here and do something outrageous and totally against the will of God, totally against all the laws, I guarantee you they would be up there. They wouldn't have to ask people to watch their whole video. I'm sitting here still in the hundreds on my watch hours. Still in the hundreds. I have seen people bend over backwards, literally, and show their tail, literally, and within 30 days, they monetized. I have seen people completely try to destiny swap with other people. I've watched it because, like I said, I used to study it. So I can see when somebody tries to destiny swap. I can see when they try to pull on their energy. I could see the tactics that they use because I used to read about all of the tactics you could use. And if anybody is from Georgia, just to let y'all know how deep I was in it, I used to hang out and frequent a place that we call Little Five Points. That was my go-to spot. Buying crystals, buying copper, buying the books on witchcraft, learning how to do spells and rituals, learning how to set up altars. So when I tell you I see certain things tugging at people or pulling at people, I really mean it because I can point out what they're doing to pull your energy. And right now, the spirit that's roaming the earth is being mean-hearted to people. I want to say, I'm going to go ahead and say the word because it keeps popping up in my head, so I feel like the Most High want me to say it. Being whorish. Yeah, being whorish, sexually, overly sexual, and separation. I'm just listening to what is being given to me, and I'm just relaying what I'm hearing. That's the energy what's being put out there these days. Separate families, separate friends, separate loved ones, separate children from parents, separate parents from children because it can go both ways, separate siblings, separate all of it. The spirit of separation is running rapid. Like you can feel it. The spirit of being mean-hearted towards people. You can feel it, especially if you're a sensitive person and you don't like to see people being mistreated. You can feel it. You can walk into a room and you can feel when the energy is off. My mama one time when I said, well, I'm kind of an empath, she was like, well, I'm not an empath. I'm not an empath. She just didn't like that word. I said, so that means you don't have the gift of discernment? And she got quiet. I said, Mama, it's the same thing. To be an empath, it just means you have the gift of discernment. You can feel it. You can feel it in the room. When you enter a room, you can feel when it's heavy. You can feel when it's dark. You can feel when people in there ain't right. When somebody comes up to shake your hand and you can see it all over them that they have a spirit on them. They holding on to something or something is heavy around them. You can feel it. And when I'm watching these videos, sometimes I have to go on my phone and sometimes I have to scroll to the area where it says description and all that, and I go down and I put not interested in this channel. Do not recommend this channel. When I see you keep popping up on my feed and the only thing you're putting out there is hatred, fear mongering, that's another one. The people who are putting out fear mongering, They're getting views in the hundreds of thousands, if not millions. And people are just eating it up, eating it up, eating it up. If you're constantly watching people's videos and they're always telling you to go out and buy this generator, go out and buy this dehydrator, go out and buy this machete set, go out and buy you some new fishing rods because you're gonna need it when it hit the fan, and go out and buy this. Fear mongering. If your soul is right, and if you know you're doing what you're supposed to do, why would you be scared? Why would you fear anything? Me personally, I don't fear no man but God. But the people who putting out that fear tactic, telling people, oh, you better get this, this, and this, and this, and this. You up there spending up all your money. Not trying to keep up with the Joneses, but you up there spending all your money trying to get everything that this person who's getting money from your views tells you to buy. They tell you to go buy a camper, so you go buy a camper. They tell you to go buy a tent, so you go buy a tent. Then you don't go get no regular old tent. No, you go get the most expensive tent you can find. They tell you to go buy a whole plant system for inside your house. They tell you to go get a four-wheeler. You go get it. They tell you to go get walkie-talkies. You go get it. Meanwhile, every time you watching their videos and getting put into that state of fear, they are feeding off of you because they are able to receive money from you viewing them on a consistent basis. Y'all don't even want me to get on the fact of when I was out there, money being exchanged is also energy being exchanged. You have to be very careful of people that'll do anything for money. If they'll do anything for money, what leaves you off the table? What leaves you off the table? If they'll do anything for money, including leading you into complete darkness, they won't care as long as they got some money from it. I didn't want to hold y'all, and I didn't want to go off. It's been on my mind. I've been feeling some type of way. I see how people treated me when I was going through. I see how people talked to me. I see how people moved. And then it's almost like when I pop back up. Look, let me do it like this. When I pop back up, it's like they were mad. They got mad. I'm a child of God. How many times I gotta tell you? I ain't telling you no more. I ain't telling you no more. Because when I was out there making mud pies and fake collard greens in my grandmama's backyard, it was made very clear to me that I didn't have to say nothing. As long as I do what he asked me to do. It was my fault that when I was a young teenager, a young adult, that I started getting off into other things. That was my fault. But I never had to say anything to anybody. Never had to do anything. All I had to do was do what was asked of me, and all my needs were met. And then when people started to realize that I was a blessing, people started trying to be around me so that they could be around that blessing, and because it leaks. The blessing, when you're around somebody who's blessed and you're good to that person, the blessings start spilling over. And you start to realize they only around me because they see that I'm always protected. I'm always blessed for some reason. It's not because I did nothing better than nobody else. It's because I try to be a good person. I even saw somebody's video yesterday. What was the title of it? it said something about being a good person is KIL, is you. Stop trying to be a good person because it's KILU. What kind of spirit will put that out there? Being a good person is hurting you. Trying to be a good person is hurting you. Me being sensitive to other people's hurt. Me actually trying to love on people as they go through things in their life. You mean to tell me that's hurting me? Y'all, I need to do a whole series. I need to do a whole series because I don't like holding long videos. I don't like keeping people for long, but it's been on my mind. And y'all know when something is on your mind and the spirit is telling you to speak up about something, if you don't do it, it's going to wear you down. It's going to stay on you. When I tell you, when I was fighting leukemia, I saw the worst in people. I saw how people will treat you when they think it's your end. And they try to use that against you. Ooh, they try to. These will be the same people that was just treating you nice. Smiling in your face. The whole time they was wishing you would just go on and go. The whole time they was planning your funeral. If y'all want me to do another video where I could show you how to fight witchcraft for real from somebody who used to be out there, just let me know. But I'm also gonna tell y'all, my watch hours been in the hundreds. I tell no story. People are amazed when they hear that I haven't reached thousands of watch hours. They are amazed. What? When I tell you it's because I know some things, it's because I know some things. You think the enemy want me talking and speaking up? You think the enemy really is okay with me having a platform? It's a couple of people on here now that I can tell you are destiny swapping people on YouTube. And if you're smart, you will start to peep out certain things that you see, and you will stop giving these people your energy. If you are tuned in to somebody and every video they post, they're talking about, you better go run and get you 20 chickens. You better go run and get you a whole bunch of fruit trees. You might hear me from time to time say, plant you one fruit tree. Plant you a tree. Or, you know what I'm saying, start gardening if you feel like that's your thing, whatever. But if you tune into somebody's videos and they're always putting fear into you, y'all better go get y'all this type of generator, and you sitting up there feeding into it and going and getting everything, you don't realize that the company from that generator is sending that person money, and you viewing them is sending them money. They're getting rich off of your fear. They're getting rich off of your fear. And if I tell y'all some of the names, you would sit somewhere and think I'm a fool. You got some people that they see that that's a big thing now. It's preparing for when everything hit the fan. So they see, oh man, if I tell these people that it's going to be an apocalypse and it's going to be some zombies coming out at us and they got to be prepared at any time, I get a lot of views. Every day they come up with a new concept to put fear into you. I was following one couple because they were homesteaders, and I'm going to show you the type of thumbnails and stuff they would put up. I was following one couple. They were homesteaders. I love homesteaders. Always have. I want to have. I know I'm getting my homestead together. But they would do thumbnails like this. And then they would put real big and bold letters like, the government is trying to take us out, or be prepared because it's coming to you next, and they are trying to stop us from growing our own food. And then in the video they would go through all these shenanigans just to try to sell you something that they have created, or they would try to sell you a seed collector, or they would try to tell you, you gotta get you some land, brother. You gotta get you some land. It's okay to get land, but you ain't got to get no doggone 20 and 30 acres. It's called fear mongering. And then you got people who are just on here just showing you their journey. You got people on here that's praying for people. You got people on here that's just showing you their creativity. You got people on here just sharing what they went through and how they got through it. And y'all wouldn't give them the time of day. But if somebody posts a thumbnail with them like that, you own it. If you don't believe me, put it in your search engine on YouTube. SHTF, when the stuff hit the fan. Or put on their preppers. Oh, another one is, now a new thing is being in the projects. Now, I'm not going to bash the person who started that trend, because I feel like a lot of people bash her enough. She gets enough. She get enough. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Sometimes I watch some of the reaction channels or whatever, and some I enjoy, some I feel like go too far. But here's the trend she started: standing in front of an apartment building and then putting at the top how it is to be in the projects for real, or my life in the projects. And then you got another YouTuber. Now this one went viral. Then you got another YouTuber. Their thumbnails were always, I quit my job. I quit my job. This is why you should quit your job too. I quit my job on YouTube, and this is what happened. And you got some folks out here that really quit their doggone job. I was watching somebody else that kept saying they was a homesteader, and then in one of the videos they kind of threw me for a loop because they was like, this is how it feels to be a stay-at-home wife on the homestead, and you on a low income, and something else she was saying, and she was saying it so soothing to the point where you just was watching the video. She was like, you're on a low income, low budget. My husband has to go out to work, and da da da. Then she went on into saying they had like 10 acres of land. So I'm sitting there calculating it up in my head, because that's me. I'm a thinker. Calculating that up in my head. And then I started looking at her views, her subscriber count and stuff, and I was like, Shawty, you make money from your videos. She was making it seem like they was just so broke down poor, and they're just barely making it on her husband's income. With those views, in some of her videos, she was getting 1 million views. Million. Greed is another spirit that's roaming the earth. To the point where people will lie to you and say, this is how I do with $20. I only had $20 to feed my family of 10. and you're looking at their views and stuff, and you be like, why the heck are you feeding your family with $20 and you got millions of views on all these videos? That means you got an income coming in and your husband going out and working, so which means he got an income coming in. If you feeding your children, if you feeding your family of 10 on $20 and y'all got two incomes coming in that house and you got passive income because you also selling waist trainers on the side or something like that, then boo, maybe you need to come and let me help you, show you how you save money and budget so that you can feed that family of 10 with some real food. See, y'all don't want me to come in talking, because when I come in talking, I'm going to come to you straight. I'm not finna try to sugarcoat nothing because I don't get nothing from it. So I'm just going to tell you like it is. You got people on there talking about they get food stamps and they mad because the food stamps might get cut off. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what you do with that. If you scared your food stamps might get cut off soon or whatever, you go get you the big old pack of flour. You go get you a big old pack of cornmeal. You get the pantry stuff that you know can sit in your pantry for a while. You get the big one. Don't get the little one. Get something that you can live off of for a while. Get things to go in your pantry. Get some good canned foods. Get you some good spaghetti sauce. Get you some good pasta. Fill your pantry up. That way, if something does happen, you won't be standing there to my, but they took my food stamps. Y'all don't want me to, y'all don't want me to talk because y'all know I'm going to give it to you straight. I told y'all I'm a country girl and we just going to tell you how it is. We ain't going to sugarcoat nothing because if I sugarcoat it, then I'm going to feel like I'm lying to you and I don't want to lie to you. You got these people making thumbnails to scare you. That's why people try to get creative with their thumbnails, to bring you in. Now, the people that are really creative and really make you laugh and stuff, that's one thing. The people that really bring joy into your life, that's one thing. But if you are tuning into somebody every day and every day their content is about, you better start hoarding groceries in your uh in your shed because it's gonna hit the fan, or you better go buy you every piece of equipment you see at Home Depot because it's gonna hit the fan. You gonna be sitting there waiting for the stuff to hit the fan and broke, and they gonna be living it up somewhere off of your money, because that's what it's doing. You are exchanging your energy and changing it in for fear, and they are feeding on your energy. Literally, they are feeding and eating off of your energy that you have given to them because you are in the fear uh, state of mind. Then you got somebody like me who's getting on here saying, hey y'all, even if you feel healthy, go get checked out. Like I said, I'm still in the hundreds of watch hours. If you don't believe me, ask me for a screenshot. Because y'all know how I am. I am Inspector Gadget. I will post receipts all day long until somebody have to tell me, okay, that's enough, we get it. But it's been on my mind for days and days. Lord, why are we living in this world like this? Whew. And my grandmama used to always say, trouble don't last always. Trouble don't last always. But I sure feel like we living in a time where it's trouble after trouble after trouble. And I just want to stay right with the Most High. I want to stay in His will. I want to try my best to keep all the laws. I want to try my best. And I know I'm not perfect at it. But I want to try my best to be a good person. I don't care what that video said about, oh, if you're trying to be a good person, that'll pay you and that'll take you out and all that. I'm sorry, but I got to back up from that. Because y'all pushing out content now was telling people not to be a good person, not to try to do their best, not to try to be nice to people. Why would you even think that that's okay to put out there? You know why? Because it's a spirit. It's a spirit that's making y'all think that that's okay. And it's not. My suggestion to everybody is stay prayed up. Stay prayed up because the beast is seeking out whom he may devour. And there comes a time when the Most High will say, okay, I've given this one enough time and they still ain't got the point. And he will hand you over to your sin. He will hand you over to that what you are seeking on the other side. And you don't want to be handed over to the beast. See, a lot of people always skim over that part. They say, oh, he's seeking whom he may devour, whatever. He's seeking whom he may devour, which means he still have to get permission from the Most High. He probably sitting there begging for your soul. Let me get him, let me get him, let me get him. Let me get him. Y'all learn how to love on each other, pray for each other, stay positive with each other. There's no reason why people who are positive on this app should be asking y'all to watch their videos. If you'll click on somebody's video who showing they behind, or who cussing people out, or who shading each other, or who gossiping about each other, if you will view somebody like that, there is no reason why content creators who are just simply showing their garden, or showing their fruit trees, or showing their flowers, or praying for people, or giving to the sick, giving to the homeless. It's no reason why people who are doing something positive, just always telling motivational, giving you great motivation, and not speaking from an uppity type of deal. These are people who speaking to you from things that they have gone through. Grow Joyfully was in here. I don't know if she's still in here, but Grow Joyfully went through something just traumatic. She lost her mom. I don't want to say the word lost. Her mom laid down her sword. That's what I'm gonna say. And she's still sharing her creativity, her passion, her love with us. There's no reason why she should have to say, y'all please just try to watch or whatever. That shouldn't even be. If you watch somebody bent over backwards and showing their tail and cussing people out and being a show, being a clown, if you watch that, you could take out a good 30 minutes of your day and watch somebody who's just peacefully showing you what they like to do. That's the only reason why I didn't say too much yesterday, because I have people around me who have lost their mom, who their mom has decided to take their wings, to exchange this cruel world for their wings. And I just didn't feel right saying, Happy Mother's Day, Happy Mother's Day, Happy Mother's Day. It's just, I said it, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm thinking about those who, this may be their first Mother's Day, or this may be their second Mother's Day, where they have to live with that hurt all over again. And on top of that hurt, they shouldn't have to ask for a view. Praying Couple Cooking Series, they shared their testimony. They shouldn't have to beg for a view. They being positive. They praying for people. Like, are you serious? The positive people have to beg y'all for a view? But if I get on here and start some mess with another YouTuber, or if I bash people, or if I bend over backwards and twerk, we get all the views. You got some people that's what they do. They get up and they set their camera up and they sit on their sofa and they talk bad about somebody the whole time for hours and hours on end. And they get all the views. They get the revenue. They get it all. They get the clicks, the views. They get the subscribers. You name it. And all they doing is going tit for tat, going back and forth with another YouTuber, or they just trying to talk bad about another YouTuber and all this. Or some of them try to do it in a subtle way. Some of them try to do it in a subtle way. They'll be doing something like cleaning their house, something they'll say, now this how you keep a man. You got to clean your house Ain't that right? We all know who you're talking about. We all know what the deal is or whatever. But you ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to do all that because, truth be told, every real woman know that it's not the woman's fault if the man is cheating. You don't blame the victim. You don't blame the person who's getting this done to them because guess what? You had, especially if you just said that your old man was cheating on you. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell all the young folks out there, and I'm trying to keep it cute and I'm trying to keep it real. Y'all be talking about victim shaming. That's a form of victim shaming. If somebody is living with someone who is mistreating them, cheating on them, bashing them, talking down on them, you think that person who's being abused, because that's abuse. You think that person who's being abused, manipulated, cheating on, you think they want to get up and clean that man's drawers? You think they want to get up and sweep down the dang old house? I'm trying to watch my mouth. You think they want to get up and cook full course meals for somebody who's being verbally, emotionally, and mentally abusive? This how you keep a man. This how you keep a man. If you got to do all that to keep your man, then guess what? He ain't yours. If you gotta bash another woman to make that man feel like you the better one, if you gotta put one person down to build yourself up, then shawty, you got more problems. You got some more problems. Anytime you feel like you gotta bash one person to build yourself up, you got issues. But that's the world we living in, right? I done did my 50 jumping jacks and I done ranted and I done vented. But I'm gonna tell y'all, it's been on my mind for days that this world we living in today is crazy. I'm trying to think of the right words to say because y'all know how YouTube will do you. It's crazy. And it seems like if you doing what the enemy wants you to do, it feels like you're getting rewarded. But if you're doing what the Most High wants you to do, it seems like you're being pushed back. Well, I got news for y'all. Never have been a materialistic person. So that's why the enemy is mad at me. Because I am not willing to sell my soul for a nickel. I'm not willing to sell my soul. Y'all gonna see me dance on him from time to time or whatever, but like I said, the runchiest you're gonna see me get is trying to drop it. No, I'm not gonna be half dressed trying to exercise. I can't do it. It just don't sit right with me. It might sit right with anybody else, but I don't know what kind of relationship y'all have with the Most High. But with me, He will tug me in a minute. This ain't you. Sit your tail down. This ain't you. Let's make it a trend to be positive. Let's make it a trend to be upstanding. Let's make it a trend to have morals. Let's make it a trend to be an upstanding person. Let's make it a trend to be okay with being a good person. Let's make it a trend to have empathy and sympathy for those around us. Let's make it a trend to not bash somebody for going through hard times. Let's make it a trend to reach out. If you're not reaching out to help that person, don't you put your hand up. Let's make that a trend. Let's not make it a trend where we feel like we gotta tell people, well, I wouldn't do that. Cause that's pride. And if you're really in the word, you know what the word say about pride. You got people on here that'll make somebody feel bad because they don't know how to cook. Like they woke up one morning and just knew how to cook everything. Get in that kitchen while that man going to work and practice. And if it don't turn out right, hurry up and throw that crap away before he get home. Take it to the trash can outside. That's the way I did it. Yep, I said it. I wasn't born knowing how to cook. Stop bashing people like you ain't never been through nothing in your life. Bashing how somebody yard look. Bashing what kind of clothes somebody got on. Y'all, I wear the same clothes all the time. But you know what? I got a washing machine. If you don't like it, then hey, that's just your problem. You're bashing how somebody wear their hair. You're bashing everything. It's getting to the point where people don't feel comfortable living no more because they feel like as soon as they step out their house, they getting judged. And if you one of the ones that's judging people all the time, prepare to be judged. Prepare for it. Because one thing about me that I hope and pray to God he never changes about me. I always try to see things from other people's side. Always. I never try to pull my chest out and say, well, I did this, well, I did that, but this is how I do it. This is how I never do that. I know what it feels like to hop on water with a twin stroller with two babies and no man that'll help me. I know what it feels like to walk into a building and could barely walk, bones hurt, aching all over, and it's men sitting around and they'll hold the door open for another man, but I'm coming in now, can barely walk and won't open the door for me. I know how that feels. I know how it feels when you get in your car, you thinking you finna go to work and you already got everything together and the car won't start. See, some people be acting like they never been through nothing. This, I don't know what this spirit is that's going around now, but a lot of people are roaming the earth with this higher, I don't know. It's like they feeling themselves, feeling myself. Like they feel like they on top of the world and ain't never been through nothing. They ain't never had to learn nothing. Ain't never had to sit their tail down to study something. What? Stop judging people and stop bringing people up who trying to instill fear into you. And how about lift people up who's trying to encourage you, who's trying to love on you, who's trying to give to you, who's trying to be there for you. You would try to break down the main person in your life who would go through hell and high water for you. That's the spirit that's lurking the earth, roaming the earth now. We got people who are willing to bash the main person in their life that will go through anything for them just for $1. Or just because they feel like they can't get their way in that moment. That's why I can relate to what Ricky Smiley said one day when he was like, as long as you know you did the best you could do with what you had, you better calm your mind. Because sometimes that's what they want. They want you to lose your mind out here. When I tell you it's more than one person that's mad at me right now because I survived. And because now, and that's why now when you see me do some of these shorts, I don't even put leukemia on there. And then when I do, I put life after leukemia. Because they got the enemy real mad now. I thought if I knocked her down, I thought if I put her on the altar, I thought if I cast spells against her, I thought if I pulled her energy, I thought if I smiled in her face and called her beautiful and pretty, but behind closed doors, pay somebody to do spells on her, I thought that would crush her. I thought that would crush her spirit. I thought she'll be gone by now. And that's why now y'all see me not even putting leukemia on there. Sometimes I put it on there and I say life after. Because I have to let people know this is me after I've gone through, and you can do it too. That's the only reason why I put on that life after leukemia, because I want to let people know who may be going through it. This is what it looks like when you keep pushing through, pushing through. I went through one hard hit after another, one hard hit after another. When I tell you it was coming at me from left and right, from the top to the bottom, I was getting it. I had somebody tell me it was my karma because I disciplined them when they was little. So me having cancer was my karma for being the only parent that didn't want them to run out in the street while I saw a car coming, so I yanked them out the street. I was told it was my karma to have cancer and D word because I was there. Because I told them to take a bath at night. Because if they're because if the other parent gave me $100, I had to make it work for all the children. I had to make sure all the children was covered for back to school with that $100. Instead of looking twice and saying, "Dog, Mama did all that with $100." Instead, it was, "You didn't get me this," or "They're picking on me because it." I'm not gonna say too much, but I will say this: God sees all. God sees all things. And if you think somebody having cancer is karma or some type of bad luck or whatever, you must haven't gone through the children's hospital. I lost my godson to cancer. He hadn't hurt a fly. Passed on very early in life. My son had to fight cancer, wouldn't hurt a fly. Matter of fact, I saw early on in life that he wouldn't hurt nobody, so I put him in Taekwondo. I said, my baby gonna have to learn how to defend himself because he's too easygoing. He's too nice to everybody. He's gonna have to learn how to defend himself. Put him in Taekwondo. I was the parent that put all my children in Taekwondo. All of my children have had private music lessons. People will let the enemy use them. People will let the enemy use them. And I do believe one day I need to do a video where I can show you guys how to fight when you notice that people around you are against you. How to fight using the word, because it's real. It's real. And I'm going to tell you this before I let y'all go. The enemy don't care who he used to get you. If you're a nice, sweet person, you try to do good, you try to do good towards others, you try to be peaceful, the enemy don't like that, and he don't care who he got to use. Don't care who he got to use. You know, people will say little things like, well, that'll never happen to me, or that, you know, they have this pompous, prideful type of attitude or whatever. And if you finna get ready to put that in my comments, when this is posted, save your energy, because maybe this video ain't for you. So if you feel like coming behind me and saying that'll never happen to me, or well, I have everything I need, or whatever, if you feel like coming behind me with that type of comment, save it. Because if it's not for you, it's not for you. But you know what the grown folks say? They say a hit dog will holler every time. So if you feel like it touches you to the point where you got to get defensive, then it must be you. I'm just telling my people, stay prayed up. You better stay prayed up, because now it's getting so thick and murky in that spiritual realm. that people are starting to let their mask slip, and you're starting to see the enemy in their eyes. When you look into their eyes, I said lie, when you look into their lives, which is true. Oh my goodness, that wasn't even me. That was when you look into their eyes, you see the lies. When you look into their eyes, you see the darkness. When you look into their eyes, you see the deceit. And like I said, sometimes when you're around certain people, you could feel it. You can feel that they mad at you because you try to be a good person. They mad at you because you trying to give. They mad at you because you trying to pray for people. They're mad at you because you try to motivate people. They're mad at you for trying to do the right thing. That's a spirit. That's a spirit. And with that being said, y'all keep trying to do the right thing. Stay prayed up. Keep loving on each other. Keep being there for each other. Keep putting positive words into each other. And watch. Just sit back and watch. It's gonna get fuller and fuller in your heart to want to do the right thing. Cause it's gonna feel good. It's gonna feel good if you do it with the right intentions and you really love people genuinely and you want to see people prosper, want to see people grow. You're gonna want to keep putting that energy out there. This feels good. It feels light. I feel light. I feel love. I feel peace. Watch how the enemy is gonna try to bring people around you that want to see you down. Don't you give them that. You keep smiling, keep dancing, keep having fun, but stay in your word and stay prayed up at the same time. Until next time, gracias por ver. Thanks for watching. Adios. Bye.